Yo, what's going on, guys? Mush back at it with another video. Want to give you guys a heads up on some of the best Steam game deals as a part of the spring sale under the price of $3. We got a lot of deals to go over, so let's just get right into it, and let's kick things off with an easy recommendation. We got Sleeping Dogs, the Definitive Edition. It is down to $2.99. Sleeping Dogs is an absolutely awesome game that unfortunately did not get enough love when it came out. I want to say back in 2012 or 2013. It's just a fantastic open world game. Now, by today's standards of open world titles, Sleeping Dogs is a little bit more contained and focused, I feel. I feel like some of these open world these days, especially like some of the newer Assassin's Creed games, to get my daily crap on the newer Assassin's Creed games. Look, I'm playing through Origins again right now, and I'm actually kind of enjoying it, but nonetheless, Sleeping Dogs is open world, is the kind of open world that I like. It's a little bit more contained, a little bit more focused, and I love the story. Thought it had a great main character. Hand-to-hand combat was really well done. For $2.99, it's a great pickup, and every couple of years, I'll do another playthrough of Sleeping Dogs just because I think that game is so good. Also, great soundtrack as well. For $2.99, definitely an easy recommendation. Next up, we got Titanfall 2, 90% off for $2.99. Man, I can go on a tangent about Titanfall 2, how this game got done dirty by their own publisher in EA. I guess EA was desperate to just release a bunch of games at the same time, competing with one another. It's one thing when different publishers put out a game that's attracting a similar audience. That's just something that you really can't avoid. But in the case of EA, they decided to release Titanfall 2 right around the same time as Battlefield 1. Like, come on, you should have known that wasn't a good idea. On top of that, it was the fall of 2016, and I think it was Call of Duty Infinite Warfare that year that came out. The Call of Duty game that year also came out right around the same time. And like, at the end of the day, I thought Titanfall 2 was probably the best of those three games, but what game are people going to gravitate towards when you're talking about multiplayer first-person shooters? Probably the other two. Just thought EA did Titanfall 2 dirty, and the game ended up being really good, a significant improvement upon Titanfall 1. Great multiplayer gameplay. The single-player campaign is really, really good as well. For a, single-player FPS campaign, I thought it was damn good. And there's a reason it's got 183,000 Steam reviews, and 95% of those reviews are positive. So, yeah, it got received pretty well. Titanfall 2, I believe, was also a game that came out at the time when EA wasn't releasing their games on Steam. So, inherently, they were shooting themselves in the foot with that. Yeah, I believe the first game when they came back to Steam was Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. So, yeah, with Titanfall 2, they just completely... They decided to do too many things that, like, literally shot themselves in the foot with the game. But the game is great, and for $2.99, definitely a good pickup. Next up, we got XCOM 2, $2.99 as well. XCOM 2 is a fantastic tactics-based title. Yes, is it challenging? Yeah, sure. But it's also a very rewarding game, and I think the gameplay has a lot of depth to it. Story's fine. But as a tactics title, I think it's really well done. Definitely would give it a recommendation if you do have the extra cash. The XCOM 2 collection is available for $3.88. Wait a second. Okay, this is $3.88, and it includes War of the Chosen as well. Yo, spend the extra 88 cents or whatever, 89 cents, and get that, because War of the Chosen is great. This is the cheapest that XCOM 2 the collection has been by far. So yeah, spend a little bit extra if you can. If you need to stay under the $3, then I guess get the base game. But man, I didn't think XCOM 2 collection would be that cheap. It generally speaking, I just saw XCOM 2 was $3, and I was like, oh, that's an easy recommendation. Now, as I look at the page even further, the collection is only $3.88. And that's a tremendous, tremendous deal. Honestly, one of the best deals in this entire sale. So definitely should have mentioned that in my under $5 video. Whoops. But nonetheless, $2.99 for XCOM 2 is great. Next up, we got Inside, a $1.99 from Playdead. Playdead is a very talented studio. They put out Limbo as well, and I believe developers from Playdead recently put out Cocoon as well. I was unaware of what Playdead had been working on, but apparently Cocoon was that game from some of the devs. Inside is an incredibly atmospheric and engrossing puzzle platformer. Really well done art style. This is going to be one of those games, and Limbo is like this as well, where that art direction ages incredibly gracefully. It's not trying to push any kind of technical boundary, but its stylization is just so expertly and meticulously crafted that it has aged great over the last 8 years. So, game's great, $1.99, pretty good shout on that one as well. Next up, we got Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time, $1.99 on this one. You could get the Prince of Persia franchise bundle as well. That gets you, I believe, 5 games for $9. But Sands of Time is the one I want to recommend right now because there is a remake in development for this game, but it seems like that's stuck in development hell. This is generally considered to be the best Prince of Persia game of all time. It's got an 89 on Metacritic for a reason. Shows its age for sure. It's over 20 years old at this point, but still a worthwhile action-adventure title for this price point. I'll also give a shout to Prince of Persia 2008. This is one that I personally really enjoyed. It's $1.99 as well. Yes, Prince of Persia 08 is an incredibly easy game, but this is another game that its watercolor art style has just aged so gracefully. It still looks fantastic, and the game is super easy, but I think it's a worthwhile game to still go through. For $1.99, not a bad pickup. Next up, we got Bastion, 80% off for $2.99. I mean, I always give the Super Giant games a shout, and most of you guys are familiar with them at this stage of the game for Hades. Hades has just exploded in popularity, but Bastion was really their coming out party, and the game turned out great. Fantastic art style in this game as well. Again, another title that has just aged incredibly gracefully over the last, 15 years or so that it's been out, and it's just a great action title with a phenomenal soundtrack and great narration as well. The gameplay certainly does show its age a little bit, but, overall, still a worthwhile game to go through, especially at this price of $2.99. Next up, we got Oxenfree, 70% off for $2.99. Great deal on Oxenfree, a game that I really enjoyed. I think from a narrative standpoint, it's quite a good game to go into. Does it have its issues as far as that narrative? Sure, maybe not everybody will be a fan of the direction that the story goes, but overall, I still thought it was a fantastic game. Obviously, we did have the release of Oxenfree 2, and that was pretty well received. That's still going for a little bit heftier of a price point, so check out Oxenfree 1 for now. $2.99 on that is a great pickup. Next up, we got Shadow Warrior 2, 90% off for $2.99. I mean, tremendous deal on Shadow Warrior 2. Just a super fast-paced, enjoyable action title that is really engaging, all things considered. For $2.99, that is just a fantastic pickup that I would strongly recommend, and just a great pickup. If you want a fast-paced action game, that is a really good one. It is bloody, it is gory as all hell, but definitely a worthwhile game to go through. Next up, it wouldn't be a video that's under $3 of a Steam sale if I didn't give a shout to Enslaved Odyssey to the West, baby. How many copies of this game have I added to backlogs over the last half decade? Probably legitimately over 1,000 copies. I want to say that I've added 1,000 copies of this game to people's backlogs, and guess what? I'm not gonna stop until we've added 10,000 copies because Enslaved is an awesome game. Great post-apocalyptic action-adventure game, some platforming elements, some puzzles. The art style, I think, is great because while it's a post-apocalyptic game, it's just so vibrant and colorful. Instead of being drab and dreary like a lot of other post-apocalyptic games are. Thought the combat was enjoyable. Sometimes the camera's a little janky, which is unfortunate, but man, I loved Enslaved Odyssey to the West, and for this price, $2.99, think it's a great pickup and definitely would give it a shout. Next up, we got Undertale, 70% off for $2.99. Great deal on Undertale. I mean, this is an RPG that I think everybody should play. Very much a throwback, a little bit old school in terms of its design, to say the least, but tackles some pretty mature themes. And for $2.99, I think it's a worthwhile game to play, so definitely give that a look. Metro 2033 Redux is $1.99. I mean, Metro 2033 is awesome. You can get the Metro Saga bundle, which includes 2033 Last Light and Metro Exodus, the Gold Edition, for $9.06. That's a pretty decent pickup as well. But 2033 is a great buy, and I had a great time with Metro 2033. Incredibly atmospheric, post-apocalyptic first-person shooter. This does have a darker tone to it compared to Enslaved, but a really worthwhile game to go through there. Definitely would give that a look. And lastly, gotta give a shout to Dishonored. The base game is $2.49. You can get the definitive edition with the DLC for $4.99, but Dishonored's an absolutely awesome game. This is a game that had a pretty cool art style as well that I think's aged fairly well. Action stealth title. You can play it fast-paced, action-heavy, or you can play it more slower paced and, methodical, and that's probably the better route to go, the stealthier route, so to speak. But great game, $2.49 is an excellent price point on that. That is going to do it for me. Again, the spring sale is loaded with a lot of great deals. We brought you the deals under $3 in this video, but that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace out. Hey, what's going on, guys? Mush here again. Hope you enjoyed the video. As you guys might know, YouTube's notification system is sometimes a little bit wonky, even if you're subscribed to the channel. Maybe you're not abundantly aware that I uploaded a video. To remedy that situation, make sure you hit the bell notification button. This way, whenever I upload a new video, and I try to upload as consistently as possible, you will be notified directly of the upload, and you can watch it as soon as it goes live. I would really appreciate if you guys hit that button so you can stay up to date with all of the content I'm posting. But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.